Welcome to this educational series on the history of geographical thought. This is the fifth video of the series. In this video, we will examine the geographical contributions of Herodotus, the ancient Greek thinker traditionally dated to the 5th century BCE. Although Herodotus is widely known as the father of history, his writings also occupy a crucial place in the early development of geography. We will explore Herodotus's life and historical context, his geographical observations, and his long-term influence on geographical thought. Herodotus was born around 484 BCE in the city of Halicarnassus, located in Asia Minor, in present-day Turkey. This region lay at the crossroads of Greek and Persian worlds and played an important role in shaping Herodotus's worldview. He lived during the period of the Greco-Persian Wars, a time when Greek societies were increasingly exposed to foreign lands, cultures, and political systems. Herodotus is best known for his monumental work, Histories. Although the work is primarily concerned with explaining the causes and events of the Greco-Persian Wars, it is also one of the earliest comprehensive accounts of the known world. Classical scholars have often described Histories as a vast geographical and ethnographic encyclopedia of the ancient world. One of Herodotus's most significant contributions to geography lies in his method of inquiry. Unlike earlier thinkers who relied heavily on speculation, Herodotus traveled extensively across Egypt, Asia Minor, Mesopotamia, the Black Sea region, and parts of the Persian Empire. He collected information through direct observation, local testimonies, and comparative analysis. This emphasis on travel and observation marked an important step toward an empirical approach in geography. Herodotus frequently distinguished between what he had personally seen and what he had heard from others, and he often expressed doubt when information appeared exaggerated or uncertain. Herodotus also made an important contribution to regional geography. When describing different regions, he did not separate physical geography from human life. Instead, he treated regions as integrated units where landforms, rivers, climate, economy, customs, and political institutions were closely interconnected. His description of Egypt is a classic example. Herodotus famously described Egypt as the gift of the Nile. He understood that the annual flooding of the Nile deposited fertile soil and sustained agriculture in an otherwise arid environment. This represents one of the earliest expressions of human-environment interaction in geographical thought. In the field of physical geography, Herodotus attempted to explain natural phenomena using rational and natural causes rather than mythological explanations. His discussion of the Nile's seasonal flooding is particularly significant. Although his explanations were not always scientifically correct, his method reflected a clear effort to understand natural processes systematically. Herodotus also made substantial contributions to human and cultural geography. He provided detailed descriptions of various peoples, including Egyptians, Persians, Scythians, and others. His account of the Scythians is especially notable, as he explained how climate, terrain, and nomadic mobility shaped their social organization and way of life. These observations represent an early form of environmental explanation, linking geographical conditions with cultural practices and social structures. Another important contribution of Herodotus was his criticism of earlier geographical ideas and maps. He questioned the Greek belief that the Earth was a perfect circular disk with continents of equal size surrounded by a single ocean. Herodotus argued that Asia was much larger than Europe and openly acknowledged that vast regions of the world remained unknown. This willingness to accept uncertainty was a crucial step toward geographical realism. Rather than forcing symmetry and completeness, Herodotus recognized the limits of existing knowledge. Closely related to this was his contribution to the concept of the oikumene, meaning the inhabited or known world. Herodotus clearly distinguished between regions that were known through travel and observation and areas that lay beyond human knowledge. This distinction encouraged exploration and gradual expansion of geographical understanding. Herodotus did not establish geography as a scientific discipline in the modern sense, but his influence on later geographers was profound. Thinkers such as Eratosthenes and Strabo repeatedly referred to and critically engaged with his work. His integration of geography, history, culture, and environment laid the foundations for later developments in human geography and regional geography. To conclude, Herodotus occupies a central position in the history of geographical thought. His importance lies not in precise measurement or cartographic accuracy, but in his method and perspective. By combining travel, observation, regional description, and cultural analysis, he transformed geography from speculative imagination into a systematic inquiry about the real world. For students of geography, Herodotus represents a critical transition, from mythological explanations of space to rational and observational approaches that later developed into scientific geography. In the next videos of this series, we will examine how geographical thinking became increasingly systematic and mathematical through the works of thinkers such as Eratosthenes and Strabo. Thank you for watching.